Sup, Migs? This is Fred, and welcome to the first episode in the daily life of a lone wolf in black sheep's clothing. Tonight, I want to talk to you guys about how you should keep a journal to record the events in your life so that you can reflect on your thoughts and feelings at the moment at a later time. I do this myself personally. I'm kind of cheesy, so I named it Lucifer because it's my unholy Bible, so to speak. Because I do, have deep, dark thoughts from time to time, and I vent to my journal. And you can call it a diary or whatever, but it's very therapeutic. And you could also just kind of see the evolution of who you were back then and compare yourself from the past to the current you at the time. Presently. The now. The person who you are now versus the person who you were. And so far, I got this last February after I experienced the traumatic breakup because it literally happened around Valentine's Day. So I thought it'd be a good homage to see how far I've come. And I'd like to read you an entry of my journal, and to kind of compare myself from back then to who I am now and how far I've come mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm in a better place right now, and back then I was in a pretty dark place, but so far I've been on the road to dawn. So just to kind of give you an example, I'll read you the thoughts I had back then, and I guess I'll give you a little analysis of who I used to be. Monday, February 16th, 2015, at 5:17 a.m. So I'm pretty pissed at myself right now. I was looking through that girl's Facebook photos and saw her with her boyfriend at Spa Castle. And it reminded me of my ex and I when we met. Instantly, I felt a pang of unexpected grief and wept a bit. I cursed myself out for being unfaithful. I really fucked up a good thing with her. I can't believe I tried to break up with her for a flirtatious bitch like that. Little did I know that she was overtly friendly to every guy she meets. I wish I had added her on Facebook as soon as I met her so I could have seen all of those pictures of her and her boyfriend. God, seems like a good guy, but I wonder if he really trusts her that much. In that case, he's 10 times the man I'd ever be if I were with a girl like that. I can't believe it. Again, I can't believe it. I fell for such a cheap trick like flirting. Then again, I was so overconfident that my girlfriend loved me. I felt that I could have done better at the time because of all of those fights before fall 2014. All those feelings of resentment and disappointment led me to take her for granted, I suppose. I was unhappy, I realized. And the day that I met that chick sealed my fate, and which led me to my current dilemma. I have no one else to blame but myself. I had a wonderful girlfriend already. Why did I throw it all away? I didn't even know this chick. She was giving classic signs of attraction. She knew she had a boyfriend, and she still came on to me. Or at least I thought she did. Touching me, laughing, flirting, just being a cute girl. I felt a lot of guilt from hiding my feelings of attraction for her while I was still with my girlfriend. November was the month we met, back in 2013. We had a sweet love. Why did I fuck it up? It's because I wanted it all. I wanted to keep her, but continue to get to know the new girl. I felt confused. Wait, I lied. I already knew, I suppose. I'm reluctant to say that I already knew of her, though I didn't know her name at the time. She was in my anatomy class last spring, 2014, when I was still in love with my girlfriend. When everything was still intact, when our love was pure and untainted. I miss that girl, the one where I would do anything for at the drop of a hat. The girl who loved me unconditionally because she knew her own feelings that well and would tolerate who I was. And I still betrayed her. In the end, I deserve this. I strayed. And now I'm sorry. Now I'm sorry. She was my love of a lifetime. It's not her fault, but mine. I did this. If I had only been honest from the start and revealed my infatuation with that girl, none of this would have happened. If I wasn't afraid to add her on Facebook, I should have done it that same day I met her. She asked for my number and saw my girlfriend on my phone and whispered, "Oh shit," under her breath. She looked pretty surprised. Maybe it was her plan to make me attracted. Well, it worked. When we studied just that one time at the annex, she was giggling and touching me in front of her other guy friend, no less. I should have just asked him if she had a boyfriend or not. God, hindsight is really 2020. Man, who wouldn't get the wrong idea? I ruined my relationship with my girlfriend for nothing. And the funny thing about it was, that chick has no fucking clue what she's done. Women can ruin men, or at least tempt men and cause them to fall from God's grace. I don't think I'll get my ex-girlfriend back or get that other chick to do what I did. I would choose my girlfriend 1,000 times over the other chick because knowing what I know now, fuck that bitch. On the day I didn't choose my girlfriend, when it counted the most, was the day I lost her for good. When I asked her if we could see other people, she asked me, "What look would I have if a girl was interested in me beforehand?" I didn't even answer her question, did I? I just responded to her asking another question. I was wondering if we could see other people. Funnily enough, the look on her face changed. I guess to answer her question now, my answer to her would be cold. Because I was attracted to Esther, it made me feel numb. That's the kind of look I gave her. a girl who was really interested in me. I was numb to her affection, on top of the negative emotions I felt about her at the time. November and December 2014 were the darkest winter months of my entire goddamn life. I guess I'll throw in January and February 2015 while I'm at it. Fuck my life. Just fuck my life, dude. I want this pain to go away already. I just want to hit the restart button, like on the Super Nintendo when I was a kid. If I messed up on something in a game, all I had to do was reset the entire game and just pick up where I left off. Do you think this is a game? No. Love isn't a game. People aren't toys to be played with. Anything you could do, or anything you do, could have severe consequences and just rewards. Your choices now could impact your future heavily. Look at me now. I'm very unhappy, but I'm coping better at the moment thanks to pledging with my fraternity. Getting to know the guys is helping me out by taking my mind off of her. I miss her a lot. It hurts that she's happy without me. I fear that she's going to fuck him or suck his dick. I trained her well, but not for someone else. She's the type to initiate this kind of stuff, and I hope to God that that other guy fucks it up. I hope he doesn't get the hints she'll give him and turn her off. But judging from her journal entry, she's turned on by his shy behavior. Fuck. I'll bet that she's going to sleep with him if she hasn't done so already on Valentine's Day. I really hope they didn't. Otherwise, I've lost her for good in only 2 weeks. I know I fucked up with my impatience. I forced her to choose. I should have waited it out. I pretty much gave her to him. She already kissed him and said she was his girlfriend. Oh my fucking God. Does any shred of love for me still exist in her heart? Please let that be the seed to regrow our love. I'll do better. I want her back. But it looks like she's already moved on. All those texts with that guy only showed me how much she likes him. I hope it's only a phase. Done. And at 6:35 a.m. Wow, freaking! You can hear a train all the way from here. Anyways, yeah, that was me back in the day. I can't believe it's been like a year, and I feel nothing like that. I mean, sure, memories come and go like the tide. It ebbs and flows. But you can't control how much of them can come, how much they can show up. And the best way to do it is just to write it in your journal, whatever you're thinking. Because in a way, you're just transplanting that memory into a physical form, into your writing. And you can express it however you want, because it's you. It's your creation. I have a lot of other entries since then, but lately, because I was just trying to find myself and come to terms with what happened over the last year during New Year's, I refrained from writing in it, spending time with anybody. I spent Christmas and New Year's alone, by choice, by design, so that I could make peace with last year so that I could be reborn. And I started working out again. I started eating right, going grocery shopping and actually eating the food that I buy. Because I would let it spoil because I would be too depressed or too tired, too fatigued to actually cook myself something to eat, which is a self perpetuating cycle. It's like if you're depressed, you have no appetite and you have no energy, and you can't work up the energy to cook you something to make you more energy. So if you don't, it's like you're too tired to eat, but you're too tired to cook at the same time, if that makes sense. So it's really a matter of a force of will, and eating good food and taking care of your nutrition really brings clarity to your mind, and your mind controls your body, and you have to find it within yourself to be motivated again, to have a sense of purpose. So, and when, for example, like I haven't touched this journal until today since my last entry was like November. And now that I picked it up again, I, looked at it and read my entries from the same time around last year, it kind of feels good to see how far you've come. Like I've said, you see the change, you see the maturity, the growth, and it's a very satisfying feeling because you could detach yourself now even more by comparing yourself from before. Like the person that I was is inside this journal, and I could refer back to it anytime I want just to see who I became afterwards, of my future self and the current me now. So it's really good. It's therapeutic, and I highly recommend it. It will change your life in a way because it is your life. And if you see yourself from the future, looking back in hindsight, you can record your journey. And we're all on a journey. So who's going to write your story?